Hey there guys, it's Ben for Crash Course World History, and today we're talking about the unsung heroes of World War II. That's right, we're talking about the Navajo Windtalkers. So we all know that in war, it's of the utmost importance to have messages that can not only be sent and received, but to have messages that cannot be understood by the enemy. To understand the use of the Navajo people in World War II, we have to look back to the First World War. So in World War I, the United States of America had many codes. Codes that included the use of Native American languages, such as the Choctaw. This became very useful for the fight against the Germans. It is not time to praise Hitler right now, Derek. Anyway, after World War I, German troops were sent to America to learn these languages. So when World War II came around, everyone thought that the use of any Native American language was out of the picture. But they were wrong. The idea to use the Navajo language came from a certain Philip Johnston. He was the son of a missionary, so his childhood was spent mostly on the Navajo reservation, where he grew up with their culture and, most importantly, their language. One day, Johnson was reading the newspaper, and an article about codes for the war caught his eye. He had an idea. Not only was the Navajo language only spoken in the American Southwest. Did I get it, Derek? Freaking... Canada always getting in the way. The American Southwest, there it is. But this language has no alphabet, or symbols. It has such a complex dialect that I would look really stupid trying to say anything in that language. Bishlo Ashichal. Yeah. Mr. Chitko! Mr. Chitko! What is it, me from the past? That really sucked. Well, you know what? He brought his idea to Camp Elliott, where he presented it to Lieutenant Colonel James E. Jones. Jones was skeptical at first. Native American languages had, as we know, been discovered by the enemy. Plus, they were very difficult to use, because the languages had no words for military terms. Johnson had a solution though. He gave military terms a Navajo word or words to represent them, such as the Navajo word for whale, becoming the military term battleship, or the Navajo word for hummingbird, becoming a fighter plane. He soon demonstrated his idea to Major General Clayton B. Vogel. The Windtalkers successfully translated, transmitted, and retranslated a test message in 2.5 minutes. Without using the Navajo code, it could take hours for a soldier to complete the same task. Other ways they coded messages was by taking the translation of a Navajo word into English and using the first letters to spell a word. So if I wanted to say, hey, I could say, Cha'ana Tahasi, or Hat I Yuka. Now it's time for the thought bubble.
They were finally on the battlefield, poised to help the Allies out. Their speed and accuracy impressed military leaders throughout the Marines. They were involved in many of the Pacific battles, including Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, Peleliu, and Tarawa. During the war, they met some unusual problems. Many were almost shot by American soldiers on accident because they resembled Japanese soldiers. Because of this misunderstanding, some commanders set up bodyguards for the Code Talkers. Thank you, Thought Bubble.
The Navajo Code Talkers were respected by everyone in the military. No one, not even the Japanese, ever cracked their code. Well, everyone except for the Mongols. Yeah, just kidding about that.
Major Howard Connor, 5th Marine Division Signal Officer, declared, "Were it not for the Navajos, the Marines would have never taken Iwo Jima."
He had 6 Windtalkers working for 2 days straight. Within that time, they transmitted over 800 messages, all without error. Now it's time for the open letter. Let's see what we have here today. Oh, look who it is! It's a picture of our old pal, President Ronald Reagan. Dear President Reagan, thank you for being the first president to recognize the Navajos. They deserve so much praise, and yet America had to wait 40 years to hear about them. You made August 14th, Navajo Windtalkers Day, and I thank you for that. Sincerely yours, Ben Chitko. In the end, the Navajo Windtalkers had done their job. They had stumped the enemy and had helped win the war. To this day, that code is known as the Unbreakable Code. And until next time, I say to you, Shush Sa Aji Aja, or bye. To the ends